Welcome to Ackerman, Mississippi, home of the Chargers for tonight's volleyball game. It is the Eupora Eagles and the Choctaw County Chargers. And it's going to be a junior varsity game to get things rolling here early on. We appreciate you tuning in for the game. Remember, tomorrow night, it's going to be Choctaw County against Calhoun City. You can catch that game on WLSM on the radio, or you can come right here on this very stream and watch the ball game. Remember, the attendance is going to be held down to about 25% capacity. So 155 or so tickets over in Calhoun City. And Ackerman also has a small amount as well. So Choctaw County does, rather. And Eupora is going to bust it across the net. It falls in for an ace. And the Eagles lead 1-0 early on in this JV volleyball game. And another serve and another ace, 2-0. That one hit in between the two deep players for Choctaw County. And another serve, walks up and hits it up under the net, so the Chargers will win the serve there. It is 2-1. The Eupora Eagles leading the Chargers. And a left-handed serve. It hits the roof. And it's a point for the Chargers. 2-2. Again, that left-handed serve off the arm of a Eupora player and out of the back of the field of play, or the area of play. And it's 3-2. Again, that left-handed serve right over the net, hit the ground in front of the setter there. She wasn't able to get down and dig it. And it is 4-2. So a nice job here by the Chargers. Left-handed serve again, volleyed up into the air and out of bounds. So it's going to be another point for the Chargers. And they are spraying the volleyball off with the Lysol. They had an announcement earlier that said if a ball comes into the stands, please ignore it. Don't touch it. And another serve and another ace. 6-2 Chargers. Remember, we go to 25. First to go to 25 in the first game here. We'll go up 1-0. We'll play 3 games. And the left-hander with a nice serve off the shoulder of the Eagle player. Out of bounds. And she came up and looked like she misjudged it just a little bit. And the ball kept flying. It could have gone out of bounds had she not touched it. Another left-handed serve across the net. The Eagles volley it back. Back and forth. And almost a nice dig there by the Chargers, but she wasn't able to get her hands up under the ball. So Eupora wins serve. Big right-hand serve. Volleyed up into the air. That's 2. Remember, on the third hit, it has to be over the net. If it's not, then it's a point for the other team, and that's what happened there. 7-4. And a nice hard serve right into the top of the net. Trey, these two teams here, they got some strong servers on both teams that we've seen so far.
Yes, sir. I have yet seen that.
Nice volleyball players on both sides. Good athletes. Right hand serve. Tipped up into the air. Volley toward the net. It goes almost over the net. And that confused the Eupora front line there as they were thinking the ball was going over the net. And it stuck right in the top of the net. And the Chargers will win serve. Right hand serve. Up into the air. And it's going to fall right in front of a Charger. We're trying to wait to see what happened. It looked like he's calling out of bounds over here on the near side. It was hard to tell from my vantage point. So, oh no, they gave Eupora the point. Okay, I see. They gave Eupora the point. It hasn't gone up on the scoreboard yet, but should be 9-5. And it hits the net for an opportunity for the Chargers. Trey, when you came in and looked around, you pointed out something. You said, is this all new? They have just done a terrific job with this facility over the summer. Volleyed it up in the air. It's going to be batted around. And a nice job by the Chargers getting the ball over the net on the third volley. And it's going to go out of bounds. And a point for the Chargers. The scoreboard says 11-4. And a long serve that goes out of the back of the field area of play. It is let go there. One of the Eupora Eagle players almost got their hands up to touch that ball, but she pulled it out just in the last opportunity. A nice long serve, and that one's going to go out of the back of the field of play. And I think we're going to have maybe a substitution.
Like Rivers Cagle coming out the game.
All right, Rivers Cagle. Right hand serve across the net. It's going to be hit up into the air by Cagle again. And had a Charger player that tried to tip that ball over the net. It just did not get quite enough. I think that was Abby Newland. Now Charger substitution again. They send the young lady that came out right back in. Ball is going to be tipped up in the air and out of the back of the area of play. And an ace for the Eupora Eagles. Lots of aces today. It's 12-7 your score. Eagles coming back a little bit here at the midpoint part of the first game of the match. And a high serve that hits the roof and comes back, and that is going to be a serve for Choctaw County. They'll get that 13th point as well. Saw number 25 come into the game, but I don't have her listed on the roster. (14-7). Chargers leading by a touchdown here, playing volleyball inside this beautiful Coliseum. Ball's hit up into the air. It's going to be volleyed by a Charger, but she was well out of bounds when she volleyed that. And so nevertheless, it went out of bounds, so it's going to be a point for the Eagles at 14-8. Right-handed serve right over the top of the net, and a nice job trying to get down and dig that ball. That was Newland, I think, that got down there and tried to dig it in the middle. And a nice strong serve hits the top of the net. It's going to turn the score around and let the Chargers serve. It's 15-9. And right in the top of the net, 15-10. So a 5-point lead. Good serve right over the net, right into the hole in between 3 or 4 Chargers there. And Trey, that was just a nice job of placing that ball.
Very.
Big serve there. It's going to be volleyed into the air. That's 2. Got to get it over. Good job on reverse volley. And Eupora tapped the ball into the net, so Chargers get a point. There was a time in volleyball years ago where you did not get a point. You just won the serve. And then you could only get points if you were serving. But I like the rules now. Right hand tip over the net, reverse volley by the Eagles. It's going to be tipped up into the air, and now over the net, back and forth, and a nice job by the Chargers. Terrific job. This is the young lady that came in, and I don't have her name on the roster, but I'll tell you what, she did a terrific job getting those hands up, those long arms, knocking that ball right down as the serve goes long. And the Eagles will have it, trailing 17-12. Couple of volleys there. They have to get it over the net here, and they do, and it's just long. just long, about a half of a ball length beyond the line. 17-13. Looks like it fell in the corner over here. They're just finding a spot where the Chargers aren't and dropping those serves in there. And a nice job recovering there and trying to volley that ball up. That was a line drive coming right at her head. She did the only thing that she could do, and that was throw those arms up and tip the ball. There's 1, 2, got to get it over the net, and two ladies hit it at the same time, and it did not make it. So we had a 7-point lead a moment ago. It is a 1-point lead as we take this timeout. We'll be right back. It's Charger Volleyball. And we're back as the Eagles are serving, trying to tie up this game. A volley, there's the second. Got to get it across, did not. And that's a point for the Eagles. It's 17-17. Eupora has come back to tie things up here in the first game. First team to 25. Then the second game is first team to 25. And the third game is going to be the first team to 15, but you have to win by 2. And that was a volley that hit the referee on the far side. It's going to be a point for the Eagles, and they take the lead 18-17. And it looks like the Chargers are going to make a substitution. Coming into the game is Haley Mullins, I think. No, that's Haley Mullins. Ball is tipped up into the air. It's going to be volleyed. 2 and 3. Got it across the net. Nice volley there. Great hands by the front line for the Chargers. Knocked out of bounds at a point for Choctaw County. 18-18. Nip and tuck substitution here as we have a young lady checking in. I believe that's Aaliyah Hollingsworth. She's going to tip the ball up. And a serving specialist. She gets it across the net, back and forth. Nice job by Choctaw County, putting it back on the Eagle side. And knocked out of bounds off an Eagle, 19-18. Chargers. Good crowd here tonight. I think everybody is just so tired of sitting at home. So any excuse we've got, and a point for the Chargers there. Any excuse we have to get out and do something, I think a lot of folks are going to get out and do something. But just keep in mind tomorrow night, just be prepared to check out the game right here on YouTube and Facebook. We'll be live broadcasting the Choctaw County and Calhoun City game. And I'll tell you what, Calhoun City was down a little bit last year, but I'll tell you, that is a dangerous football team. Year after year, they just put things together, and you'll see it, and you'll see the Chargers playing well as well. Those guys are ready to get out there and hit somebody in a different color jersey. Ball's tipped up, third time, tipped over. Good job. And the Chargers with the point. 21-19. And another substitution. Checking back into the game is going to be Abby Newland. She'll go to the front line on the far side. A lot of players up front for both teams. Ball's tipped in the air. Now a reverse volley over to the Chargers. Tipped up to the air again. And a volley over the net by Choctaw County. The Eagles back and forth. And this is a fun thing here. Almost a great play there by the Chargers. Right there in the middle of the field. Not sure who that is, but she got her hand up and almost made a nice hit over the net. And you know what I'm doing? I'm calling out the junior high volleyball team. And this is the junior varsity.
Yes, sir. That was a Nia Nash at the.
Okay. So excuse me if I've been calling those out wrong. We had the wrong roster, but now we'll pay a little bit more attention to what's happening. Ball's going to be tipped and knocked out of bounds. 23-20. Chargers leading. This young lady here has done a nice job serving and playing when she's been into the game. She is a substitute that came off the bench, but she's playing very, very well. Ball is going to be tipped up into the air. Back and forth. And it is going to be a Charger serve, and that should be the 25th point. Oh, they're going to say it went out of, well, nope, they've got 25-20. 25-21 now. They have corrected the score. Ball is going to be tipped and knocked out of bounds, and the Chargers have taken the first game of the match 25-21. Both teams will be back out in just a moment as we continue things. You're listening to Charger Volleyball. And we're about to start the second game of the match. And the Chargers will serve to open things up. They're still conversing with the referees and the players, and now I think they've got things straight. Referee on the near side is checking out numbers to make sure all the players are in the right spot. So the next ball game here will be a junior high, junior varsity, and varsity game September 10th against the Trojans of New Hope. New Hope has a fantastic athletic group over there with their baseball and softball. Their football has struggled at times, but volleyball is also very, very good. So that will be a good ball game coming up. So just keep in mind, pencil that one in for the Trojans and the Chargers. And there's a serve that hits the ground. It's going to be 2-1 for Eupora. We got straightened out on our roster. Thank you to Glenn Beard for the text there. We've got the right roster now. what threw me off was we were playing 2 different games, and I had 2 rosters, so I just thought the other roster was for this game. And a nice serve there, a ball that carried a little further than it was thought to be going, and it hit off a Charger player right on the forearm, bounced over her head and out of bounds, and Eupora 3-1 here early on in game number 2. Chargers winning game number 1. Ball is tipped up into the air, and the Charger front line thought the ball was going to go over the net, but it hit the net and fell harmlessly to the court. 4-1. And another nice serve there. Front line player got her hands up, tipped the ball, and it looked like it picked up a little speed once she touched it. 5-1 the Eagles. Game 2 off the net. And we're going to have a substitution for the Chargers. Simmons Brooks checks into the ball game. Oh, I'm sorry, that is Haley Miller. And she serves. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a point for Eupora, 6-2. Ball is going to be tipped up back and forth. Nice volley. Good job by the Chargers keeping it alive. And it hits in, and a nice job by Choctaw County. No, they're going to say it hit out. It did. It hit beyond the red line. It was inside the red, in between the red line and the white line. And it is long there by the Eagles, and the Chargers will get to turn things around. It is 7-3. Eupora leading. Stepping into the serve, and the setter there did not get out there under the ball. It hit on her forearms. You don't have that much control if your arms are level with your body. There's one that hit off her shoulder as she mistimed the approach to the ball. Chargers again with a point, 7-5. There she gets it across, hits the top of the net, falls over, which is perfectly legal. 1 volley, 2 volleys, and 3. And it goes down, and the Chargers controlled, and they have the point. 7-6. Stepping into the ball, hits off her top part of her elbow, actually off her bicep. Ball bounces straight up into the air and comes out of bounds. Chargers wearing their red jerseys, black shorts. Eupora in their long sleeve gray jerseys, black shorts. 7-7, both teams with a touchdown here. Ball tipped up into the air, now forward toward the net, and the nice volley across. Good job by the Eagles doing the same. 2, 3, they volley back across. And the ball is hit across, almost blocked by the Chargers. Stepping up there was Maggie Vowell. She tried to get those hands on the ball and knock it down. Just unable to do it. 9-7. Across the net, up into the air. That may be 8-7. No, it says 9. Ball hit back and forth, and a little uncertainty on what she was going to do there, whether she was going to use her hands or just try to slap the ball across the net. And that indecision there cost her, and the Chargers have the serve and the point. And the Eupora Eagles get a point back. Yeah, it is 8 as they back the point off for the Chargers, 10-8. Nice volley. Up into the air. Tipped forward across the net. Nice volley again. Reverse volley. And a good job there by the Eagles keeping things going. It was touched by a Charger inbound, so that is going to be a point for Eupora. Scrappy bunch here from Eupora. This is their first year to have volleyball. They have been a slow-pitch softball powerhouse for many, many years. And with that going away, they have picked up volleyball, and these young ladies are doing a great job. And a nice serve. Good job on the volley. Eagles weren't able to get the ball back up over the net. It'll be a point for the Chargers. It is 12-9. Your score. And a ball that was tipped back across the net. Serve across the middle. It's going to be tipped up in the air and out of bounds. And Choctaw County has tied things up 12-12. And the official trying to get the substitution in was hit by an errant serve. Choctaw County will have an opportunity to serve that one more time. Right-handed serve by the Chargers goes down. Nice dig. Kick up into the air over the net. I don't know how she got that ball over the net, but she did. She reached down, tipped the ball up, and somehow had enough English on it to just get it right over the top of the net, and the Eagles have retaken the lead at 13-12. And a serve into the net. Charger ball. And a serve back across. Off the upper part of the arms. She misjudged where the ball was coming. It is 14-13 now. And the same thing happened again as she got too far up under the ball. And it's hitting off her upper part of her arms, her biceps, and bouncing off her chin. A serve that looked for a minute like it was going to go long, but it didn't. Volleyed back across the net, and the Eupora Eagles have one serve. Good job. Entertaining match here so far. The Chargers winning game one of the match. Tipped up into the air and some confusion. Two Chargers ran into each other. And Maggie Vowell was one of those young ladies trying to reach up there and hit the ball. Jalea James was another. Ball is tipped up in the air, volleyed, tipped up in the air again, and a nice job by the Chargers. Good job getting back up and knocking the ball back down and getting the point for Simmons Brooks. She's done a terrific job off the bench. Ball hits the top of the net, comes down, and falls for an ace. 17-15. We have a little odd angle on our camera today. Next game we do here, we'll have that fixed. We'll set up in a different spot so we can pick up the entire court. So we apologize for that. We tried to zoom it out a little while ago, but it's just zoomed out as far as it'll zoom. And the Chargers, 18-16. Steps up, serves across the net. Back by the Chargers to the Eagle side. Reverse volley. Tipped into the air and tipped into the air again. And a good job by Simmons again. Tipped into the air. And a good job by both teams keeping the ball alive here. Chargers calling it. They sit. And across the net. Tipped back and almost went over the net. went out of bounds, and a nice job by both teams keeping things alive there. 19-16. Chargers have come and taken the lead. Haley Miller checks into the game for the Chargers. Step up toward the ball. And she misjudged where she was on the court and just missed the ball. 20-16. Ball is tipped up, tipped again. A little uncertainty there of where the ball was, whether it was going to hit the net or not. Gives the Chargers another point at 21-16. Approaches the net, booms the ball across. Good job by the Eagles, good job by the Chargers, but out of bounds. These young ladies have really warmed up here. Maylee Hollis comes in, she'll stand at the front of the net. Simmons will back up into the backcourt and take her position. 21-18. Substitution for the Eagles. And it hits the top of the net and falls on the Eagles side of the court. Point for the Chargers, 22-18. Ball goes over the net on the serve. It's hit by the Eagles, comes over and bounces off the scorer's table. And another point. That's what's going to go out off the serve. Simmons Brooks tried to drop it in right on the line, but it fell out of bounds. Nice serve as it fell in front of the Charger defender. She was not able to go up under and dig that ball. Here's the volley into the air. Nice setup. And it goes long. The Eagles have climbed back into it here. 23-21. Serve across the net into the air. Tip into the air. A nice job by Eupora there with the left-handed player just popping the ball up across the net, and she goes long, and it's going to be Eagle volleyball. They lead it 24-21. And it looks like we have a timeout, so we'll take that timeout with them back in a moment. It's Charger volleyball. All right, back. It's 24-21. The Chargers lead here. And we've got a substitution. Checking into the game is Stevens. Checking out of the game is Maggie Vowell. What a serve over the top of the net. Ball falls in front of the defender And the Chargers have won the second game here in the match, 25-21. And that's it. Now we'll have a warm-up as we await the next game. The varsity teams are getting ready to play. And you'll be able to watch that along the broadcast of their warm-ups, but we'll be away here on the broadcast. We'll be back in a moment. It's Charger Volleyball.